Okay, I don't think I'm in focus. Hold on. Hello everyone. I had to get the camera in focus. And welcome back to my channel. Just for documenting purposes, I do want to get the time on here. So today is Monday, December 18th. Been 3 other times where I've had intuitive messages or hits, or visions, as some would like to call them, and I haven't documented them. I have written them down though, but because they weren't documented, I wasn't able to have my audience see it, visualize in real time, you know what I mean? So this is something new that I'm gonna start doing, is talking about my intuitive visions that I see on celebrities, as well as current events that's going to happen in the world. I do want to talk about my gifts really quickly before I get into this. So I have had an upgrade. So as a spiritualist or as an intuitive person, because I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient, and all of that, since I was 4, I have had these gifts. And you can ask anybody that has gotten personal readings done for me and stuff like that. They will tell you how real my gifts are. But anyway, I know a lot of people like to make it seem like it's, you know, a bunch of like rainbows and unicorns, and it's so positive and it's so happy, and it's a great experience. Now, this living this life is a great experience. I'm not gonna not living this life, but going through upgrades, it's very mentally exhausting, and it hurts like a mug. I'm gonna just be real with you. Like, it's not fun. It's very scary. Now, in the beginning of my career with this, I was doing more so celebrities that have crossed over, and the reason why, and I've never shared this, but the biggest reason why I don't tap into those that have crossed over, because I definitely can. There's even been celebrities that have came up to me that were crossed over, and I tried to block that energy. I have learned over the years how to better protect my energy and stay away from that side, because and this is just me being super transparent. I used to tell you guys that it freaked me out, which it does, but that's not the main reason why I don't do them. The main reason why I don't share the information that I get on these celebrities is because it has really shattered the image in my mind that I have on, these greats, on these legends. And what I mean by that, you you would not believe, how just dark the entertainment industry is. And I know a lot of people say it, and we hear all the time, like, the industry, the music industry, the celebrity industry, whatever you want to call it, it's very dark, it's demonic, blah blah blah. But when I tell you, like, you don't know, like, you haven't even scratched the surface. Like, for a quick example, when I was just tapping into really expressing my gifts and playing around with my gifts, I would start really small. I would start by using my gifts to predict like certain numbers that would come out in lottery, and it would actually work. So then after that, I progressed more to astral projecting, and that, even still to this day, I love to astral project. You have to be careful though, because you have to do it in a right way, and I'm gonna do a video on that as well. But people in the music industry, like higher ups, even people that you wouldn't even think about, know how to astral project really well. And I know this is gonna sound so crazy, but I promise you, this is the honest truth. Most people in the industry are not, like, how can I explain this? They're not 100% human. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So they know how to go from veil to veil. They know how to go from dimension to dimension, and they use that to their advantage to basically control souls. Not only the everyday mundane people, but celebrities that have crossed over, celebrities binding certain celebrities in contracts to have control over their essence and their soul, not only to gain monetary success on this planet, but it goes farther beyond that. Like, I'm just gonna be so totally honest and transparent with you. You haven't even scratched the surface on the type of shit that goes on the ritualistic symbolisms of everything, even down to the clothes that we wear. Everything is very, very ritualistic for them. And just the deals that certain celebrities have made to get to where they are currently, and those, and I'm speaking about those that are living and that are not living. For those non-believers out there, I do want to give you one example. Now, I have been asked to deep dive into certain music videos to show spiritual symbolisms and the messages that they really do convey. One celebrity in particular that I will be talking about today, because I did get a couple of visions about her in her day-to-day life and her practices, is Cardi B. So we're going to be talking about an example of spiritual symbolism, and also certain messages are conveyed to the public and you kind of miss them sometimes, especially in music videos. So one thing that I do want to talk about is the French grave that doubles as an aphrodisiac. So there's this French journalist, and his name is Victor Nayor, I believe. His gravesite was, I believe he was shot, first of all, which is symbolism in itself, but I'm not even gonna get into that too deep. But anyway, his gravesite was created into a statue, and a lot of single women like to, go to his grave to literally hump this man's statue. And we're talking about a gravesite here. So they hump his statue, they kiss his statue, they also leave flowers and stuff like that to basically praise this statue, which is just so freaking weird to me. First of all, nobody should be praising or worshiping the dead in itself. But yeah, there are women that actually believe if they hump this man's gravesite and his statue, that they will have fertility coming into their life. Like, they will bear children, they will have a husband that is loyal to them. And I thought that it was just so freaking weird how in Cardi B's music video, she is literally seen not only disrespecting this grave and this statue, but humping this statue. So that in itself will give you a lot of insight on, how she goes about practicing certain things, especially on lovers. And we have seen in multiple different tarot readings in my videos of how, she does practice the occult, she does practice witchcraft, she does hex her lovers, she does hex her enemies. So that in itself speaks volumes. And I just really want to say, the devil's a liar. He will literally tell you that he will grant you all of these wonderful things in the world, and that when you get to the other side, there's even more beautiful things there. But that's not true. So make sure that you have a very, very strong relationship with God and all of that. But yeah, that's the main reason why I do not like to tap into those that have crossed over. But yeah, like I was saying, I have been getting visions for the past couple of years. They have been visions of celebrities, visions of people, that I interact with in my personal life. There has been only one time that I had gotten a personal vision of myself from God when I was going through something. And I love how I got confirmation for just enough, But this upgrade was really, really intense. It was like the Ten of Swords on steroids, for real. Basically walking into my North Node, and I am going to be doing some videos on your North and South Nodes. I just want to bring some extra, new revamped content to you guys to better educate you guys on spirituality. So yeah, let's get into today's visions on these celebrities. Let's get into Offset. So the second vision that I got was of Offset. Now, this is going to sound so odd, but I promise you guys, just trust it. So, when they showed me Offset, and by the way, I don't ask to be shown certain celebrities. When they just come up, they just come up. So when I saw Offset, I literally saw him on one of those doctor tables. Like, you know, how can I explain this? You know, the ones that, like, when you go to the doctor's office and you sit down in the doctor on the doctor table and it like could go into like a bed form, or it could be raised up. I literally saw him laying on a table, and I saw like this Mexican guy like hammering something into like his left side of his face. So when they show me certain things, of course I have to interpret it certain different ways. So I am predicting that he's either gonna get like a modification on his face. This could be like a tattoo, or, and I'm even getting this as well, like it could be any type of facial surgery. But the crazy thing about this is he's doing this for shock value and not really because he desires to get whatever he's getting. Okay, so the second prediction I have for Offset is this year he is going to be not necessarily cleaning up his image, but he will be changing his image as far as like how he presents himself in the media. I don't feel like he's gonna stop cheating on Cardi B. Actually, the Pink Friday 2 reading that I did, I don't know if it's up before this video or not, but I definitely did spill some tea on that whole situation, so make sure you stay tuned for that video as well. Him changing his image as far as like the music that he does produce, like I feel like he's going for a new sound, trying to do different things to see what really sticks for him, because he's in this energy of like wanting to separate himself from the Migos while still attaching himself to that legacy. And I know that sounds really really weird, but it's like he does still want to claim the Migos as his legacy, but he wants to break out and have songs that he's basically known for. Like when he gets booked on shows, he wants to be able to have the audience anticipate him, you know, performing songs that are just for him, instead of getting so hype about, you know, a couple of years ago what the Migos was saying on their first debut album. You know, he wants to make a name for himself, and he wants people to want that. He wants people to go crazy over that, like they go crazy for Migos songs that were popping. So I am seeing that him clean up his image, or like changing it in some type of way to get more recognition on his solo career, because he really wants to like blow up, and he feels like he will, because he has actually gotten confirmation that he will from a higher up, if you know what I mean. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Now, another thing that I was picking up on, I was also picking up on a family dispute. So I do feel like there's a divide in Offset's family, like his birth family, not the family that he has with Cardi B. It's weird because the energy I felt is that he is basically backbiting when certain people aren't around, but from his perspective it's kind of like venting, and then when other people are around that he's backbiting about, he kind of switches up to defend those said people, which is so weird. I'm also getting this energy of like in the public saying that somebody is your family and that you love this person, but in the background knowing that that's not your family and knowing that you don't care about them. And the weird thing about this is that he feels like this about his birth family. Which is so weird, because like he doesn't associate some people that he says are his blood as real family, but it's like in front of the public eye he says he does care about them and he does, you know, respect them, but he really does not feel that way. I am gonna drop that takeoff video very soon, because there's a lot there to get into. I've just been prolonging it because it just makes me so uncomfortable. But again, I feel like this is how he feels about not only his birth family, but also the whole Cardi B situation. It's like, it's weird because he doesn't really care about what he has ruined, in regards to his friendships and his relationships and his family relations, but it's also like he still wants to fix the family that he has made with Cardi B, even though he doesn't really care about the damage that he has done, you know? So it's so weird. It's so weird. Now, in regards to his family, he's claiming people that he's not loyal to them. He really has a problem with being loyal to people because he kind of lives in this world that it's just all about him. And that's kind of Sagittarius. Like, we like to be very, you know what I'm saying? How can I explain this? Bitch, because I'm not even like this too much. But, like, we like to be free, but he kind of takes it a little bit overboard. But anyway, that's what I got for Offset. The third vision I had was of Summer Walker. And I saw Summer Walker literally driving herself to a 7-Eleven. I know this, y'all, I understand how these sound, but it's just the truth. So I saw her driving to a gas station, particularly in Georgia. So I don't know if she lives in Georgia, but I've never been to a gas station in Georgia. I've never even been to Georgia. Well, I have been to Georgia when I was like a baby, but I digress. My intuition, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not things that I hear, it's senses. Like, I can tell when I'm in certain locations or when a vision is coming through. So yeah, I did see her driving to a 7-Eleven, and she was planning to meet up with Cardi B face to face. So I am gonna predict that this year next year in 2024, she will be releasing something with Cardi B, as in like a song. I do feel like there's going to be kind of like some pushback from Cardi B's label on this song, but Cardi B is going to be very passionate about releasing this song. I also feel like this is going to be on either one of their projects. It's going to be like a love slash hype song. So what I mean by that, it feels like it's R&B mixed with like rap of some sorts. Now, this is the interesting thing. They both feel like it's going to do good, but that's not really what I'm seeing. I'm gonna just be honest. It won't go as planned, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like, people will be nosy about what they're both saying, but it won't translate well as in regards to sales. And yeah, like, just sales. Like, I don't see it charting that well. I do feel like fans on Stan Twitter and stuff like that will perceive it well. Now, mind you, I predicted the same thing for Bongos. I predicted exactly what happened to Bongos. Like, it was going to gain a lot of money for them, but it wasn't going to be like a hit. Now, with this collab, I don't see it being as successful as Bongos at all, but I do feel like there's going to be push. I do feel like they feel like it's going to do well like Bongos did, or even surpass Bongos, but this is just going to be like a passion project. It's sort of like In Your Feelings songs. Like, I do feel like Cardi is going to be talking to Offset through this song, while Summer is there for the singing aspects of the song. I even feel like she's going to be exposing some things of her relationship as well. Okay, so 2 more things about Summer Walker that I'm seeing. There's something traumatic that's going to happen in her personal life. I'm not predicting any, like, you know, death or anything like that. It feels more so relationship based. She's not gonna like people's opinions on her decisions because of how something's gonna blow up in her face. And I also do see her like clapping back at another celebrity, and that's gonna go kind of viral as well. And that does feel like she's gonna do it in the music, but I kind of see her getting messy online with fans as well. So I don't know which celebrity it is, but those are the 2024 predictions that I have for Summer Walker right now. Now, I might come back and add some things. Okay, so the 8th prediction that I have is on the Jeffrey Epstein situation. And we all know that there's a lot of things going on with Jeffrey Epstein, but there was a couple of things that did come up through this prediction. So let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein. So The documents, I believe, are going to be released sometime in January. Now, I was getting some extra information. I'm going to release this before all of the documents come out. The first prediction that I do have, that I'm not sure if it's going to be released or not, but this is definitely a practice that was going on at the Epstein Island. It kind of felt like a hunt of some sorts. So you know how in undeveloped countries they will have visitors from America come there and they will go missing. And they will go missing because there's some sick people out there that like to hunt humans, literally, and kill them. I wasn't getting that he had women there to be killed, but to be hunted. Like, I felt like there were multiple different women, and this is what I saw in my vision, multiple different women that he would have on this island, and celebrities would come there to literally hunt and scout to see, you know, which ones that they wanted. It was even multiple at one time is what I saw. Now, the next vision that I saw was of Michael Jackson, and that's why I gave that introduction in this video about, you know, people that have crossed over. Michael Jackson was one of the persons that did come through. So Michael Jackson's exact words was he is tired of being the scapegoat. Okay. And then I saw Oprah Winfrey's face appear. So I do feel like Oprah Winfrey, there's going to be something that comes out about her. And unfortunately, because this is one of my favorite actors ever, I did see George Clooney as well. So I do feel like there's something that's going to happen with George Clooney with this situation, as well as Matt Damon. Because I saw both of them as well. But yeah, Michael Jackson is tired of being the scapegoat. I do feel like vengeance is coming for those that wanted to make him the scapegoat, if you know what I'm saying. I do feel like this whole situation is going to get very, very messy. Now, this is the really crazy part. There are people that would literally shock us. Like, it would break our heart if we knew the people, all of the people that were on this list. But I do feel like there's going to be some, how can I explain this? There's going to be some tampering of evidence. I do feel like there's going to be A-list celebrities that use their money to not be spoken about. I feel like it's A-list singers in particular. Unfortunately, also gospel singers as well, male and female, even producers as well. Okay, so let's get into my fifth vision / prediction. Okay, so let's get into Nicki Minaj. So when I get these visions, they do seem very intrusive. I kind of feel like I'm a stalker, and I even say this in my tarot readings because I could just feel the energy and how accurate it is. So I did see Nicki Minaj in her most vulnerable state, I would say. So the first thing that I saw pertaining to Nicki Minaj was I saw her watching a very loud, and I did write this down, a very loud male YouTuber very closely. And I do feel like this person reports on things pertaining to her in her life and also her music. Like, it feels like a critic, but they're on YouTube in particular. So the next thing that I did see, now this was really, really weird. I saw Nicki Minaj in this room. It was so weird because I'm used to seeing her like all done up. I have seen her a couple of times with no makeup on, but I mean, like, she was super barefaced. She had a black hoodie on. She was sitting in like a couch. It looked like a sectional, and I am going to try my best to emulate the visuals that I do see on the screen. But yeah, I saw her in this pink room. It was kind of dark. She was in a black hoodie, and there were so many people around her, like multiple people in this room. There were 3 people to her left. By the way, when I looked at her, she didn't have any eyebrows, and that kind of shocked me as well. So I don't know if she doesn't have eyebrows or they're really, really like light or thin, but I did see that. But anyway, I digress. So I did see about like 10 people in this room. one thing I will say, even if Nicki Minaj seems like she doesn't know what's going on in current media, she does. She knows every little thing that's happening. She knows every little thing that's happening with other people in her career, as far as executives, as far as people that talk about her, even the people that don't even like have any substance, like I mean, like insignificant people, as such as fans, like fans on the internet talking about her, people in the comments. These things are given to her. So I saw three, as well as people that her colleagues, like people in the rap industry, other female rappers, as well as male rappers as well. So I saw about like 7 to 8 people in this room. She was sitting on a couch, and there was 3 people on their phones looking up things. There was like 4 people with papers, and they were giving her information. They were giving her information about what people are saying, how people are perceiving her, the people that are shading her. And I do feel like she's working on something currently as far as music goes, and she's going to be putting these things that people, the information that people give her, that were giving her this information in her music. Now I know Pink Friday 2 just dropped, but I'm telling you, there's something else. It feels like she really wanted to focus on her album being about her artistry and having fun, but I really feel like this year is going to be a year of her responding, standing her ground, and like it feels like cat and mouse games, like really playing with these pictures. I'm just gonna be honest with you, it feels like a taunting energy. Now I don't feel like all of these songs are going to like chart that well, but it's okay for her because she's not doing that for that reason, even though she does want them to chart well so that she can gag so that she could gag her ops even more. It's so funny. It's like, you know what, I really don't care about if this song, because I'm telling you, y'all, she's gaining information. She's getting information from her team, from people that work with her or for her, to basically make up punchlines. Like I saw her writing certain punchlines down that is associated with the information that she's being given from people in the industry that do work for her. Like I feel like there are spies on the internet that get information not only for her but about her as well. This is really interesting because she knows exactly what's going to happen with Cardi B's second album, and she's really confident about that in comparison of the records that she's currently going to be breaking with her new album. So she feels very, very secure in that. But I'm getting that there's more songs that she's going to release. And I know this sounds so crazy, but just let it play out. Now again, I feel like, okay, if there's like 15 songs that she's going to release this year, aside from her album, I feel like 4 to 5 of them aren't going to chart, or like a little bit more than half of them aren't gonna chart. But I feel like the other like 7 to 6 songs are actually gonna be bops, and it's gonna be kind of that feeling of like, damn, why didn't you put this on your album, or this song is album worthy. I also see her collaborating with someone that people have been asking her to collaborate with, but again, she didn't want to put this person on her album because she wants to make a statement with her sound and her artistry. It's like, let me show you how to do it, or let me show you that I can do it without this and that. I don't know what that means, but that's the information that I was getting. I'm also getting, there are people in the industry that are so sick of her. Like they're so pissed off, and I know that she has said this before, but like this is really real. Like I feel like there are people in the industry, higher ups, that are really sick of her, and especially her fan base. And I say her fan base because I was shown a vision. After that vision, it kind of transitioned into a different vision. And I saw her fan base literally, and this is going to sound so weird, but you know, in like anime, they have like, when they battle certain characters, right? They'll like send a blast of like, this is so crazy, but like, y'all, this is facts. They send like a blast of like electricity or bombs or whatever. I was seeing her fan base doing this to other females, and I didn't see which fan base these females were associated with or the celebrities in particular. But again, the sentence just told me that these are other artists. And when her fan base would blast them or reject them, they didn't die, but the inner child of them transformed and was walking away crying. So it's like her fan base, these higher ups feel like they have to kind of dismantle her fan base in order for their artist to win. Or even get in good with her fan base, because it's too strong, like, and it aggravates these higher ups. It aggravates them because they feel like she is the person that is kind of destroying how they operate, like the systems of operation. It's like, no, after you become a certain age, the new person has to come in, and you know what I'm saying, that the money that they make off of not only killing the person that was reigning their dreams, they get money from that, but they also want to be lucrative or gain money in their newer artists. This is how the systems of operations are done. And I do feel like not only because they want to gain money from newer artists, but it's a wow, somebody does not want me speaking on this. This is facts, y'all. But it's a ritualistic operation as well. So not only does this have to do with money, but it has to do with the ritualistic aspect of the music industry. And the fact that her fans are not allowing this to happen is really angering them. And I do feel like there are things that are being done behind the scenes in order to help their agenda be pushed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that is the, you know, and I feel like that's just like hateration. I'm sorry. But anyway, those are the predictions. Okay, so let's get into my first prediction. My first prediction was on Cardi B. I actually got a couple of predictions for Cardi B. Now, aside of the whole Summer Walker situation, I did see Cardi B's team in particular not arguing but disagreeing on some things. I saw them stressed out. If you remember that SpongeBob episode when he was searching his brain to remember something, that's kind of what I saw. Her team was arguing about her new era. They are disappointed that Bongos didn't deliver that WAP moment. They are trying to recreate a WAP moment. Kind of feels like a WAP / up moment. Like they need another single hit to introduce this new era for her. So I did see multiple different feature options on the board pertaining to her music for 2024. It's like they don't really want her to do things that she wants to do. And I know that sounds so crazy, but it's kind of like, okay, we did it your way, do it our way, pertaining to this new project. And it doesn't even feel like she has a project completely together. It's just new music that's going to make it so that she's dominating. I'm getting like this bar energy so that she could be the bar or set the bar to elevate her status in her position in the music industry. Now, what they're gonna try to do with Cardi B on a musical level is try to get her to alliance with someone that is going to bring a shocking aspect to pop culture, and that's basically going to like emulate the success of WAP. So you know when WAP came out, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Cardi B is collaborating with Megan Thee Stallion, because, you know, everybody thought that Megan Thee Stallion didn't like Cardi B. It's kind of like that energy. It's like, wow, I never thought that Cardi B would be working with this type of person, because either they're not in the same genre of music, or, you know, they don't associate with each other, or those lines never blur. So it's kind of like they need people to start talking. They need the controversy of certain things, because they have tried basically most of their options that they had. And I do feel like that's a major reason why her team wasn't really getting along with the things that they wanted to do in regards to bringing her back on the scene. Yeah, so they really want her to dominate and execute past things, and it's kind of like a lot of pressure, I'm gonna be honest, because it's like you have to outdo yourself when you don't feel like you have that much support. So I am definitely gonna release that, you know, Cardi B 2 album. So let's get into the next prediction that I got on Cardi B, because I really feel like this is gonna clear up a lot of rumors. You saw how my throat chakra was doing so crazy shit? Yeah. This does not want to come out, especially that other Nicki tea that I had just did. But anyway, so the next prediction I got for Cardi B, I actually saw Cardi B in one of these chairs, these exam chairs, and I think that this will clear up a lot of confusion that people have about her face. And again, y'all, I'm not being funny. I'm not trying to be, you know, like disingenuous in any way. I literally saw her on an exam chair. I saw her getting needles in her face, and I believe that this is what they call Botox. Now, the reason why a lot of people have conversation over her face is because she did get face surgery, but the reason why it always looks different in photos is because she gets like these needle procedures in her face, and this is like bi-weekly, because I did hear the person say, okay, come back in 2 weeks, come back in 2 weeks. So this is like a common practice that Cardi B does do to her face. And the interesting thing, when I was in this vision and experiencing and seeing these things, I asked in my mind through my intuition, why is she doing this? Why is this something that, you know, she likes to do, or that she does? And it does center around insecurities, but the interesting part about it is it's not so much because of her relationship, which was really, really shocking. Like, yes, she does want to perfect her body for her relationship, but it has more so to do with like how other people perceive her in the public eye. Like people in the comments, people that judge her, people that compare her to other celebrities. She really, really hates that. I'm even getting emotional, like extremely emotional about the things that people say about you on the internet or in the comments section. Another thing that I was hearing with my intuition, well, I didn't hear it, I more so felt it. Again, senses comes into play a lot with these predictions and these visions. You get a lot of information through your senses. So another thing that I was seeing was like her curled up into a ball after I saw her getting these needles in her face. And again, it has a lot to do with pop culture, how they scrutinize her, how they pick apart her face, how they pick apart her body. She really, really hates that and gets very, very emotional. And I can sympathize with her, because I felt those emotions that she was feeling in that moment when I was seeing her going through what she was going through. How devastating and sad it just makes you feel when so many people are talking about you. I do feel like she's still getting used to people talking about her. So yeah, when you see her in certain photos and looking different, that's why she gets these needle procedures bi-weekly. And I am going to stamp this. This is 100% facts, to basically maintain the structure and the look that she's going for. Okay, so I just felt intuitively a lot of people want to know, how does Offset feel about these face procedures that she does? So I did pull on it because I didn't want to re-tap back into my intuition. So I got the Seven of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. What this is talking about is he knows of like her first procedure that she got done on her face, and how they had to basically sneak around and work with people in order for other people not to know that she got this face surgery, because she was told when she first got it that it was not going to be detectable, or it wasn't going to be able to be clocked because it was going to look natural. But how he feels, because of the Queen of Pentacles is the all over energy, and Justice and Queen of Wands is behind that with the Two of Cups and the Five of Swords, he feels like, she's beautiful, but he's waiting for her to kind of accept that. And then also with this Eight of Swords in reverse, it's kind of like whatever she can do to not be in her head or go crazy over how people scrutinize her is what's best, because he feels like he has to deal with that. The seventh vision that I had was on Sexy Red, big sexy. So in these visions, I do have certain symbols that they will show me to indicate certain things. So if something is too complex for, these visions to convey, they will show me signs and symbolisms, and I will interpret it that way. So starting with the vision on Big Sexy, Sexy Red, I saw her, and then the vision went black, but I also saw smoke around. Kind of like a fire starting. When a vision comes through and then it goes black or it cuts off, that's just my symbol for something shocking happening. I also felt the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords in my mind's eye. So I am predicting like a big scandal of some sorts in the tabloids, in the media about Sexy Red. It does feel like it's about her personal life, but I'm also getting like a betrayal amongst someone that she is associated with in the public eye as well. So this could be with another celebrity. It just feels like a really big scandal. It also feels like it's media coverage that you wouldn't want to get covered, like that bad attention. Now, I do know as far as celebrities, any attention is good attention because, that creates revenue. But this just feels like she doesn't want this out, or she doesn't want people to talk about this, or for it to be publicized. Another thing that I did see was tabloids in my mind's eye as well. So I do feel like she's gonna get kind of aggravated about the comments that people have to say about this. It does feel like it's gonna happen a little bit like in the middle of the year, towards the beginning. So when I say towards the beginning, that's more so like Aries season, around Cancer season. Now the good news is I did see like a major banger for her. Like I do feel like a song is gonna go either like top 10 or be like one of her like really biggest hits. It's gonna be up there with like Ski. But interesting enough, there's gonna be some controversy around this as well. So I don't know if like there's gonna be something that people don't agree with in the music video. But pertaining to her personal life, I do feel like someone that she is romantically involved with is cheating on her. This could even be with like a close friend, and I hate to say this, but yeah, I get there's a sneaky nigga that is cheating on her. So my fourth vision was on Quavo, and I was super shocked to see him in my vision, because I haven't even like thought about Quavo. I don't listen to any of his music. Like I'm not a Quavo fan or anything like that. And I don't even be on blogs, so I don't even know what's going on with Quavo. But I did see him in a hotel room, and it was kind of eerie because it was kind of dark. Even though there were lights that were on, it was kind of dim. And as it's panning around like the room, it focuses on his face, and he's literally crying in the bed. So through my intuition, I'm asking like, what the heck, like what is this about? Like why is he crying? Now you would think that it's over takeoff, but that's not what I got. It's really weird because his energy feels like, am I going through karma? Like, oh my gosh, I might be going through karma right now. And deep diving into, his energy, he's very sad. And also very scared as well. Like, okay, so what's next? What's gonna happen next? For one, it has a lot to do with how things are playing out currently with his career and his endeavors. He's sick and tired of living in the past. He's kind of like questioning himself as like, what did I do to make this so bad? Like, how did this not go in my favor? There's something he's contemplating about because he thought that it would go in his favor. He thought that, the chips would fall differently. I thought that it was very weird that he wasn't crying over a loved one and that he was crying over his future. And the response that he gets from social media, the response that he gets from his projects, from his music, he's very disappointed about that. Now, as I saw him crying, I saw a girl knocking on the door, and this girl was accompanying him. I did see like she had like a robe on in her birthday suit. It was like a white sheer bodycon type of outfit that she had on, which was really weird. So I do feel like he is like sexing away his pain. He's also masking his pain. I'm also getting, in comparison to how Offset is doing, he's really devastated about that as well. Like, again, he really thought that he would be more in the forefront, more successful, more praised, I want to say, because that's the energy that I was feeling. It's like, no, I'm the loyal one. I did things the right way. It's just really unfortunate how pessimistic he is about his future, and he mourns about that. Okay, so Cardi B and Offset. So I did see them for my sixth vision. I actually saw them in a past life, which was very interesting. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was kind of refreshing too. So they were not famous. And I could just tell if Cardi B and Offset were not famous, the relationship would actually work out very, very well. So one thing that I will say is Offset holds a lot of past life karma and trauma. Some of the past life trauma that he deals with is not being accepted by other females. And this has lingered into his current life because before he was famous, he really did not get that much attention from bitches. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've done readings on him. I have gotten that energy. I've never spoken on it, but it was confirmed in this vision. So let me just, because I did write everything down. So I literally saw both of them broke. They did have children as well, a boy and a girl. Actually, I saw two girls and one boy. So the first thing that I saw was Cardi B and Offset on a very busy road. And I also did see a road sign, but it didn't have like a name of a street. It just had numbers. So the numbers that I saw, because I did write this down, was 92017. So that could be a zip code, because that is 5 numbers, or it could be like a date, like 9/2017. But I did see those numbers, 92017. Bitch, I'm gonna be honest, if I could play that, I would definitely play that. And the road symbolizes their journey in life together, in this life and in many lives. Yeah, so one of their child lost a toy, and it like went across a road. It looked like a ball just going across the road, and then I did see Offset grab it. He crossed the street to grab the toy to get it. And then he embraced Cardi B. Now my spirit guides will give me certain messages through symbols and synchronicities so that I can interpret it in the way that makes me more comfortable. So that is just my symbol for, a father willing to do anything, including sacrificing their life for their kids. And I do feel like this is something that Cardi B contemplates. Like, do you love your family? Do you love your children? Because she knows that he has betrayed her in front of the children. Yes, he does genuinely love his children. Even in past lives, he has love for his children. He loves them immensely. It's just that he doesn't give a fuck about what he does when he does hurt his family or her because of his past life trauma. It's kind of like he's trying to make up for all of the rejection from women in his past in this life, in his past in past lives. But there is genuine love and sacrifice that is willing to be given from him for his children. Offset was like a Saudi Arabian type of ethnicity. Cardi B was a European. What? Cardi B was of European descent. But they were very nice, helping, and humble. They were not having the current problems that they have. I am here to clarify that they do have past lives together. They are soulmates. They are divine counterparts, which is why it's so hard for them to disconnect from each other. It's just he needs to better work on his past life trauma. He feels insecure. One of the reasons why they work so well together, or why they are so attracted to each other, is not only because of their past lives, but because of their insecurities that they both share on their physical aspects, and how they have gotten rejected in past lives from opposite sexes. Okay, so that was the end of the video. Thank you everyone that came over to Queen Alessica room, because I believe I am going to be posting this video on Vimeo because I've been having a lot of interruptions with copyrights and stuff like that. Yeah, I will see you guys on YouTube really soon. And also over here, because I am editing some tarot readings, but you guys are going to get some new content because I'm going to be doing some new segments as well.